Hey guys, what's up? Happy Hump Day Wednesday, and I feel like this is something that's really pertinent to Wednesdays because it's usually by that time that you kind of get that slump, and people start making all kinds of excuses. So I want to talk about what the difference is between being patient and being complacent, because they're two very different things. But if you say you're being patient, everyone applauds you, and a lot of times people don't understand the difference between the two, right? So if you've been on any weight loss or fat loss program for a really long time, and I've seen this with a lot of people, if you've been out for a while and after 6 to 8 weeks, you notice the scale's not budging. Okay, that's only one metric of success. And your clothes aren't fitting any different. Your before and afters don't look any different. So you're literally staying exactly the same. What do? And a lot of people don't do anything. They just keep doing what they're doing with the notion that they just keep hammering in what they've continued to do up until that point. They're just being patient. They're trusting the process. And while I think that's important, right? You do have to be patient. Continuing to do what's not giving you results isn't exactly being patient. That's just kind of being lazy, because change is kind of scary. Change requires educating yourself, figuring out what you're going to do next, coming up with a game plan. Maybe it means finding someone new to work with, finding someone to work with if you haven't already, right? But you got to do something different than what you've been doing. And a lot of times this happens if someone has an extraordinary amount of weight to lose. Here's the deal. If someone has a lot of weight to lose, a lot of times in the beginning, the weight's going to melt off in spite of what you're doing, not because of it. So you could have the crappiest workout program on the face of the planet, be following a completely stupid meal plan, and if you have a lot of weight to lose, it's going to come off, and then the weight stops, and you're like, well, this got me from 300 to 250, so what gives? It was working. Let me just wait and be patient. And then you do nothing, and months and a year goes by, and yeah, you had that initial jump in results, but you haven't experienced any results after that, right? So the program wasn't modified so that you could continue to see results. So the fact of the matter is, and this is everyone, but particularly if you have a lot of weight to lose, what got you the initial weight loss will more often than not be what it takes to get the rest of the weight off. The body adapts, the body changes. You now are smaller. That means you require things that are different. You require a different meal plan. You require possibly a different workout program, because you might be able to do more stuff. So maybe you got to ramp up the intensity. But the answer is not to just stay and hope that, something will click and it'll start working again. Because if it stopped, if it stalled, continuing to hammer in the same process that got you there is oftentimes not going to allow you to progress beyond that point. So what do? I'm interested in making a change. I'm interested in doing something different. There's a couple things that you can do, and the easiest one to do on your own is to reevaluate your diet. So a 300-pound person is going to need to eat a lot more food than someone who's 250 pounds, right? Has your food intake dropped in accordance with your weight? I'll speak from personal experience. Holy crap, it was so much easier to lose weight when I was 15 pounds heavier. That was only 15 pounds. And now the amount I need to lose weight it's hard. And I get it. It's hard. Now you need to lower the amount of food that you take in to continue that weight loss. And it sucks. No one wants to hear that, but it's the reality of it. Another thing to realize, that if you've been dieting for a really long period of time, it might be time to give your body a little bit of a break. Eventually your body does say, hey, screw you for keeping me starving this entire time. So as counterintuitive as it might sound, in the long term, if you're interested in making sure that your results are results that you can continue to see and maintain forever, right? Because the worst thing in the world is to have all this progress and then have it be undone because it's not sustainable. And I've had that happen to me. I dropped 50 pounds. The way I was doing it was wrong. No one told me. I didn't have anyone to show me. I gained it all back, and it's the biggest punch in the gut that you can imagine, because you're like, holy crap, I did all this work and now it's gone and I got to do it again. And to dig yourself out of that hole emotionally, it takes a lot, all right? right? So you want to make sure what you're doing now is laying the groundwork so that you can hold on to those results forever and you don't have to go through what I did. So what that might mean for right now is actually putting dieting on the back burner. You might have been in a deficit, right? You might have been eating less than what your body needs to maintain its weight for a little too long. And you know what? It happens. The best thing you can do is to bring yourself back up to maintenance. You tell your body, hey, it's okay. I'm not starving you. There's no famine. We're not going to die. You can chill out. Once your body's out of that stress mode, it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to go back down into a deficit. And it's going to be a lot more cooperative when it comes to fat loss. But realize that new deficit will, if you have lost a substantial amount of weight, be lower than what you originally started with. Again, someone who's 250 can't lose weight the same way someone who is 300 is going to be able to lose weight. They're going to need different meal plans, different amounts of calories. They're different people, so you're going to need different considerations. But if you're someone that's been stalled, right, you lost a bunch of weight initially and now it's stopped, you got to change something. Do not mistake patience for being complacent, all right? And I get it. It's easy to get comfortable. You're in a routine. It worked, and that is enough to validate it and say it's okay the way it is. But the moment something stops working, you owe it to yourself to figure out why or work with someone that's going to help figure out why. But don't call it patience, because patience is seeing something working and then trusting it to work in the long term. Complacency is seeing it stopped working and just being like, oh, no one's gonna figure that. Okay, I guess I'll just wait until it figures itself out, and that never happens, right? So a little bit different. So be patient in your fitness journey, but do not be complacent. If something stops working, seek out something that will work aggressively. That's the one thing I want you to be aggressive about, is seeking out program, a coach, a meal plan, a system, seeking out something that will work for you in the long term. Everything else, yeah, be patient, but with that one thing, do not be complacent. You owe it to yourself to be on the best path possible to ensure long-term success, all right? So at risk of rambling, I'll cut it off there. If you guys got any questions about that at all, feel free to shoot me a message. I've been getting swamped with messages after all of these, but realize sometimes you got to switch it up. The body changes, you change, and that's okay. That just means you're growing, you're evolving, you're on your next step of your weight loss journey, and that's good. Don't fear that. Fear staying the same, because that means you're not making any progress. Changing and having to change means you're leveling up, you're dialing everything up, you're being better, you're becoming better, and that's what we want. So as scary as it is, embrace it. You're going to be better for it at the end of the day. All right? Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, guys. Take care. Bye.